So let's talk about generative AI. It's become this incredible design tool, right? It can spit out these flawless, absolutely perfect images in just seconds. But there's a weird paradox happening. The closer AI gets to perfection, the more its work starts to feel, well, a little dead. It's missing a soul. The solution, it turns out, isn't about making the AI even better. It's about us, the human designers, being more intentional. Let's dive into how that works.
And you can really see the trade-off here. On one side, you have AI delivering this perfect, optimized, symmetrical output. But what we feel on the other side, it's this creative fatigue. We're getting what the source material calls indistinguishable uniformity. Basically, a whole world of beautiful images that are completely soulless and all look exactly the same.
So this is the big idea, the real game changer. We need a totally new strategy. And that strategy is all about intentionally designing imperfection. You can think of it like the Japanese art of kintsugi, where they take broken pottery and mend it with gold. They're celebrating the cracks, making them beautiful instead of trying to hide them. That's our new job, to find the cracks in AI's perfection.
Okay, so the first crack we can explore comes from this amazing Japanese concept called wabi-sabi. It's a whole philosophy, really, built around embracing the beauty of errors and finding something profound in things that aren't perfect.
At its heart, wabi-sabi is about accepting that things are imperfect, they're not going to last forever, and they're incomplete. And in a world that is just flooded with these sterile, perfect digital images, this idea feels more important than ever. It's all about finding the beauty in the flaw, the appeal in something that's just a little bit off-center.
So how do we actually do this? Well, first, we have to recognize that raw, flawed images are becoming the new luxury. So our strategy is to literally prompt the AI for glitches. Ask it to break the pixel grid. Tell it to add human irregularities, like freckles on a model's skin. What you get is this harmonious imbalance, an intentional flaw that your eye is naturally drawn to. It's what makes a design really stand out from that sea of perfection.
All right, let's move on to our second strategy. This one focuses on answering a really simple but deep question that AI just can't handle. Why? This is all about giving our designs a real story.
We're calling this idea context density. Look, an AI can generate 1,000 different options, but without a story, they're just empty, hollow shells. Context density is the act of deliberately infusing those visuals with a narrative, a purpose, something that makes them actually mean something.
You've probably felt this, right? The AI gives you infinite drafts and you just get stuck. Total decision paralysis. The strategy is to flip the whole process around. Start with a narrative first. Prompt the AI with brand stories, with specific human experiences, not just a list of keywords. And this leads to a really powerful insight. People don't buy products, they buy stories. A design with high context density isn't just an image anymore, it becomes a persuasive emotional experience.
Our third strategy takes us to this ancient principle from East Asian art. It's a way to fight back against that static, almost frozen feeling you get from a lot of AI images, and instead learn how to breathe some life back into our pixels. The principle is called Qi Yun Sheng Dong, and it refers to this vital energy, this special resonance that makes a piece of art feel truly alive. Think about it. An AI can perfect the colors, it can perfect the form, but it almost always misses this key ingredient. And that's why its creations can feel so lifeless. We see this problem all the time when those hyper-smooth AI visuals trigger the uncanny valley. That creepy feeling that something is almost real, but just not quite right. So the strategy is to intentionally add the human touch back in. Tilt the perfectly balanced layout just a little bit. Use a rough brush texture. You could even mimic a slight hand tremor. Because at the end of the day, visuals that carry the feeling of human movement and breath, those are the ones we really connect with.
This brings us to our final strategy, which tackles a really big tension in our new world. In an age where AI can make infinite perfect copies of anything, how on earth do we design something that feels rare, unique, and truly special?
The answer, believe it or not, lies in this concept called Achigo Ichie, which basically means one time, one meeting. It's this idea that every single moment is a unique encounter that will never, ever happen again. It's a bit of a paradox, but in an era where you can duplicate anything, this idea of something being singular and one of a kind becomes incredibly powerful.
When you can generate limitless options, it actually devalues the final product and just traps us in these endless revision cycles. So the strategy, and this is going to sound a little crazy, is to impose human constraints on yourself. Decide you're only going to generate 3 versions. Then, in those 3, you actively look for the unique flaws. That active, deliberate choice is what gives the moment meaning. It's how you, the designer, transform an infinitely reproducible file into a true limited edition.
So all of these strategies really lead us to one massive question. If AI can generate perfection on command, what is our job as creators now? What is our role in this completely new era?
The thing is, our role is changing, fundamentally. Our old job was just to generate things. Our new role, it's to cultivate. Think about it this way. We're shifting from being factory workers on an assembly line of images to being gardeners. We plant the seeds of ideas, we accept that there will be some weeds and errors along the way, that's part of it, and we prune with intention to give our work meaning and context.
So yeah, let the machines chase perfection. That's what they're built for. Our job is something way more interesting. Our job is to make the cracks, to find those beautiful imperfections, because it's through those cracks that the warmth, the light, and the real human stories can finally shine through. And that, right there, is what the most advanced design looks like now.